Welcome to today's episode. We're going to walk through a simple way to shorten your meetings and get better outcomes, or avoid meetings altogether. I vote for that actually. Have you ever attended meetings and wondered why you're in the room? What about those meetings where you have no idea what the agenda is? What are they trying to achieve? And who's in the control of the meeting anyway? Kind of suggests they are out of control, right? And have you ever left a meeting thinking, well, that was a waste of time? Oh gosh, yes. Tick all of those boxes. Today's episode will give you all you need to conduct short, powerful meetings. So you get time back and everyone gets the results they're after. Get comfy as we dive into today's quick win. Let's do it. Are you ready to work less, stress less, and make more money? I bet you're tired of working really hard, putting in crazy hours, and still not getting the results you know you deserve. How about we swap constant overwhelm for ease and grace and take your business to the next level? Imagine having absolute certainty with every decision you make. There's a way you can achieve it all without losing yourself. I'm Deb Field, quick win coach, business boss and keep it simple CEO. I've been successfully taking small, medium and large businesses to the next level for decades. Want to learn how? Go grab your favourite cuppa. I'm about to share powerful quick wins you can apply today. Let's create business magic with your heart at the centre of everything you do. Conducting and attending meetings is a normal part of working in or on your business. What is not always expected is the excessive time some of them can take, the odd and interesting ways some meetings are conducted, and the lack of results some meetings achieve. I've used a simple approach to ensure meetings get the outcome quickly and effectively and with great buy-in from all involved. Additionally, I've enjoyed getting rid of meetings that are best dealt with in online chats or over the phone. I've experienced every combination of meetings you can imagine, and some. Those I recall with kind thoughts are those that are clearly planned, short, and achieve results. I'm not a time waster, and I prefer short meetings, but I do believe in quality. There's a balance. One meeting I fondly remember was when I required an executive director to make an additional $1.3 million investment to roll out a $12 million solution across over 400 locations. I only had access to this executive for 20 minutes because they were delayed in their previous meeting, already a tough ask. However, two things enabled the yes decision to be achieved. The meeting was very well planned, had a clear decision-making process in the agenda, and we worked with all of the executive's leaders and gained their endorsement for the decision prior to the meeting. I've been lucky enough to learn from amazing mentors throughout my business journey. Setting powerful meetings is one gift from these incredible relationships. Before we dive in, I want to define the types of meetings you may have. There are only two types: decision-making meetings or information-only meetings. The agendas you create will either be for a one-off meeting, therefore never used again, or a periodical meeting where the agenda is reused for each meeting. Once you are clear on the type of meeting, you are ready to plan and circulate the agenda to all participants as soon as possible. This can occur online in the calendar meeting or as an attachment to that meeting. It's really up to you. Let's walk through the planning steps for your meeting. Now, if you like, you can grab a meeting you've already had and you can walk this process through and see how that would have turned out. Or if you know you have a meeting coming up, let's create that agenda as we walk through the process. There are 4 elements a meeting agenda can have, and possibly should have. Number 1, meeting values, agreements or rules. I'm not really a fan of the word rules, but maybe values is a good way to put it. It's up to you. Your language is really important. So the types of things you can put in this, and I'd pop it in the top right-hand corner or at the start of every meeting that you plan. And here's an example of the values you can put in there. That we start and finish on time, mobiles are off or on silent, we follow a set agenda, we agree all action items before the end of the meeting, one conversation at a time, and respect all views equally. And of course, you can add to that or select whatever works for you. My suggestion is to create these meeting values with your leaders or your team. There's so many benefits for these being collaboratively created. Number 2, the purpose, the date, the location, and the invitees. The most important item on your agenda is the purpose of the meeting. It is here you discover if you really need a meeting or if it can be dealt with through other means. Take your time with this. The purpose needs to be very clear as it informs those attending the meeting exactly what to expect and how they can participate. Remember, your meeting is either to achieve a decision or to share information. If the purpose is to achieve a decision, be clear on specifically what that decision is. I'll give you an example. The purpose of this meeting is to gain a go decision for the new approach to storing inventory. As you can see, that's a very clear decision and easy for the participants to understand. Once you're very clear on the purpose of the meeting, you will know who should attend. Therefore, set the invitees, the date, the time, and location of the meeting accordingly. Next is where I geek out a bit on you. These 2 next steps may seem too much, but I assure you, this will fast track you to short, powerful meetings. So even though you go, oh my goodness, Deb, this is really like overcooking, I promise you it's not. The work you do up front pays you back tenfold through a meeting. So let's go to number 3, the agenda. In the agenda, you have the agenda item. So what is the thing we're going to do? The approach you will use and the time it will take. So there's 3 parts to it. Feels like a lot, but not really. The smaller amount of time you put into this, as I say, will pay you back in so many ways. Think of it this way. There are steps that need to be taken in a meeting to achieve a decision or to effectively share information. We can all agree, meetings should not be a talk fest or an open discussion. Your good planning will enable your meeting participants to actively get involved and know exactly how to do it. After all, we want them to bring their value to the meeting. So let's set it up for them. Here is an example based off that purpose that I mentioned earlier, where the meeting is to gain a go decision for the new approach to store inventory. I'm going to do an agenda with some steps in it to be able to achieve that go decision. This is my example for you. Step 1 in the agenda. Walk through the new inventory storage approach. The result I want is to achieve a shared understanding, and I'm going to allocate 15 minutes. Step 2 in the meeting. Determine any concerns about the new approach. The result is to uncover any issues or risks from the participants. I've allocated 10 minutes. Step number 3. Determine if any issues or risks will prevent the implementation. Results I'm after is to gain consensus of any showstoppers. I'm allocating 5 minutes. Now, if there's no showstoppers, gain a go decision for the new approach. The result I'm after is to gain buy-in from all of the leaders to implement the new approach. That should only take 5 minutes. Next step, if there are showstoppers identified, determine what actions are required to mitigate the risk or resolve the issue to enable the implementation of the new approach. I've allocated 5 minutes. So the meeting is planned to take 35 minutes. Add an extra 5 minutes for the intro or the wrap-up. Therefore, schedule the meeting for 40 minutes. Once you send out the agenda with these clear steps, the participants will know exactly what they're walking into and how to play. I love giving my team certainty. And the last step in organising an agenda for a meeting is to determine the inputs for the meeting. Now, this is where you document what you or others need to bring to the meeting. For example, in this example that we're talking about here, 1, the presentation for the new inventory process, and the leader is to bring this. Number 2, the risk or issues that may impact the implementation. All participants are to bring this to the meeting. 3, solutions to any of the risks or issues to enable implementation. All participants are to bring this to the meeting. As you can see, we are prepping ourselves and the participants. This alone will save you heaps of time. And in this example, you'd send the presentation out with the agenda and ask that everyone bring with them any issues or risks that they know of that may impact the implementation and the go decision. Overall, this planning approach will take 15 to 30 minutes, and you'll get faster the more that you use it. This will save you and your team so much time, prevent meeting mayhem, and importantly, get you the results you deserve. So this week, look at your next business meeting and use this approach to plan it well. You will discover the many benefits of this approach once you use it the first time. So jump on in, go back and re-listen, pause, take notes, and apply this approach to your next meeting. Perhaps be brave and ask your team at the end of the meeting how they found the meeting. To recap, up front, build meeting values and agreements for all of your meetings with your team. This is a one-off action. So for each meeting, you're going to determine if your meeting is an information only or a decision-making meeting. You're going to determine the purpose of the meeting, determine who should be there, when it occurs, and the location. Is it online, in person, etc.? Determine the agenda steps, and this is what you will walk through to achieve the purpose, including how long this will take. Determine the inputs to the meeting and who will bring them, and send the agenda and any relevant inputs to the participants. Look, I'm excited for you to apply this approach to meetings in your business and achieve the time savings and the improved meeting results. I have used this every single time I have a meeting, and what I find, this is like a little side thing, is that you find people keep coming back to your meetings because they know you're not wasting time, they know you get good results, and they know they have a voice and a reason to be there. So use this approach well and enjoy your next meetings. All the best. I hope you loved today's episode and it provides value to you and your business. There are 2 quick things you can do to pay it forward. 1, share this episode with other women you know and love. And 2, take 30 seconds to leave a review on Apple Podcast. This will enable more women in business to receive this valuable information. Let's share the love. Finally, go to quickwinsforbusiness.com, get your free business checklist and join our private Facebook community where I'll be sharing additional quick win tools. Let's work together. Join me here next week with another exciting episode sharing more quick wins for your business. Have a great day.